Now we're going to begin drawing our Tidelands floor plan. You'll want to have with you your page that has your Tidelands floor plan measurements, your scale and triangle, eraser and eraser shield. We're going to start this drawing by working from major lines and walls to more minor lines and walls and refining in. So the most major lines for this drawing are the outside perimeter walls of our structure. Now, due to the size of the paper and the scale of our drawing, it's really important that we start it in the right place. So rather than having everyone figure out exactly where to start your drawing, I am going to give you the exact place that I suggest starting your floor plan. And my suggestion for that, as marked on canvas, is that you put this edge of your floor plan 4 inches from the right side of your page, not from your title block, the edge of your page, and 2.5 inches down from the top. So we'll begin our drawing by finding that point. So we will find, remembering of course to always measure with our scale against our straight edge, where 4 inches in from the edge of our pages, and also where the spot is that is 2.5 inches down from the top. And I'm lining up on that first dot where I know I'm the far right edge over, and there's my corner. And I'm actually going to even erase out this other dot so that I don't get confused. Now, the reason why we have to make sure we start this in just the right place is that we will eventually be adding some dimensions and notations to our page, and or to our drawing, and it's just going to fit on our page. So starting from that, we'll now begin applying the measurements from this sheet to the drawing on our vellum page. And this is where we now take our ruler and we stop working in our regular inches scale that fits our inches in real life, and we switch over to the side that is marked with 1/4. And from now on, we're going to do all of our measurements in 1/4 inch equals a foot, just like we did in exercise 2. So the first one we're going to put in is our wall across here, and it is actually 37'6" all the way over to this corner. So we're actually going to put our guideline in that is 37'6" all the way across. That way we'll be able to line up this wall coming down here. So we'll start at this point. We will use our straight edge to make sure we get it correct. We will line up 6 inches, and then we'll find 37 feet. Now, there is an alternative way we could do this. We could also start at this point, bring our pencil up, make a guideline, and then measure where 37'6" falls. Either way, we'll end up with this full length. We know that down the side, it comes down the edge of our drawing on what is the right side of our paper, we go down 24 feet. So we can take a straight line down and then measure 24 feet. And I have not gone quite far enough. So I'll mark my 24 feet Put my pencil on my line, bring my straight edge to make my pencil, and extend it down just a little bit farther. I can then come straight back across this way because this has given me the location for this point, and I know it's going to meet up and make a box, so I can just come straight down from here and get my outside edge. And I have the outside box perimeter of my drawing. Now you'll notice we have a little notch in here because our front door of our space is set in a little bit. It's set in by 1 foot 10 inches over a distance of 6 feet. So I'm going to find 6 feet down on this side. Take a line over, measure, and making sure that I'm on the correct scale, and you can see how easy it is for me to already be off on my scale, just moving my scale in and out. I will come over and lay this and measure 1 foot, 3, 6, 9, 10 inches. And take my line up. And now I've created the front edge of the notch where my front door lives. Now, if your guidelines are very light, you don't necessarily have to worry about taking this out. But if you don't want to get confused, you can use your eraser shield and remove these extra guidelines. And I'm going to do that since my guidelines are fairly dark. Now, I know that this wall running outside is an exterior wall, and we've determined that our exterior walls are going to be 6 inches thick. So I can go ahead and find 6 inches in and add those lines as well. Remembering to find my spot and bring my pencil to meet it. Another 6 inches on this top edge. And I lost my scale again. I also need 6 inches here for the wall of my front door. you can see that we actually have a funky spot right here next to our bathtub, and we're not going to worry about that part for right now. We'll add that in a little bit later. The next set of major walls we want to put into our drawing are the ones that create our interior wall spaces. And we can see that we have some major walls that work their way down. Here, we can see where the wall of this closet, the wall of our laundry area, and the wall that is the front of our linen closet and bedroom closet are all lined up. We might not realize this walking through the apartment, but that's how they're built. We also have a major line here where the outside wall of the closet on this side lines up with the outside of our laundry room and lines up with the leading edge of our kitchen counter. So we can put that line in as well. At this point, we also may want to add in this wall, which runs in between our bedroom closet and our kitchen. So we're going to add those. We have a measurement down here which tells us that it is 13 feet, 13-0, from the front of our bedroom to the front of our closet. So we'll take our scale, come over here and find 13 feet. So 12, 13, 14, there's our 13. And we're not going to worry about doorways and hallways yet because we're just working in guidelines. So we can just take that line and bring it all the way across. This makes sure that we have all these lines lined up correctly. Now this is an interior wall, so it is 5 inches thick. So at this point we can measure 5 inches to the next side and put in the other side of the wall. Now we know at the top that the distance between this wall and the wall on this side is 5'6". So we can come up here and measure from the outside edge of our closet 6 inches and 5 feet, and put another wall coming straight down. Now it's important to keep track of whether you're measuring to the inside or outside of a wall. We're going outside to outside, so on this side, when I find my 5 inches of thickness again, because again, this is an interior wall, I'm going to come in this way. So I'm going to come up here and find 5 inches. Now I also know that this is only wall part of the way down, so I'm not going to take this one all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to take this one down part of the way. And then I'll come back and refine it once I figure out exactly how far down it goes. Now my next step is to put in the line in between. I have a 2'11" measurement from the front of the wall at the front of my closet to the back of my closet itself. So I will find I will line this up from the front of my closet and go back 2 feet and 11 inches. And take this wall part of the way up. Now there's something a little special about this wall in here. Part of what's in our wall is our sink. And we've discussed that we're going to do 6-inch thick walls for the walls that have plumbing in them. So because this wall has plumbing, I will go another 6 inches to create this wall. Now, I need to figure out where to put this wall in. At some point, the other interior walls I'm missing are this one here, and the one for our bedroom, separating our bedroom and bathroom. So let's start with that one. I have 10 foot 7 inches from my outside edge to the front edge of my bedroom wall. So I will come over here and measure, and I'll find 7 inches. So 6, 7 is where my line is, and 10 feet. And this will be the wall. And it goes all the way over to here because it is the edge of my bedroom and the separator between these two closets. And then I will go up another 5 inches because there's no plumbing. Even though it's going into my bathroom, there's no actual plumbing in this exact wall. Take that one all the way over as well. Now, if I did this correctly, from the front edge of this wall to my outside edge here should be 7 foot 5 inches. So let's measure and see if I got it right. And I didn't. I did something wrong. See, I'm checking and I'm actually at just 7. So I'm 5 inches off somewhere. And it turns out that I measured my 10 foot 7 from this interior edge instead of measuring it from my exterior edge. So this is why it's important to go back as you go along and double check your measurements. So once I realize I've put a wall in the wrong place, I'll go back, use my shield so I don't lose my perimeter walls, which are in the correct place, and just remove the wall I put in the wrong place. And I'm leaving this mistake in the demonstration because I want you to see how easy it is, even though I have drawn this several times, to make this mistake, and how important it is to constantly check to make sure you're drafting the correct scale and check to make sure that all your lines are in the right place. So while I'm at it, let's verify some of the other ones. Am I at 13 feet? I am. 2 foot 11? I am. And I have 2 feet for my kitchen counter, which is correct, if you remember that from our lecture. So now I'm going to measure again and make sure I get this 10 foot 7 in the correct place. And it's from this bottom. So there is my 10 feet. 7 along that wall. And there is another 5 inches for the thickness of that wall. And I now, when I go to double check that everything is in the right place, my edge measurement to this here is now 7'5". And I know I have this line in the right place. So now I have my bedroom and my closet. Now it's time to deal with this bathroom. Now we look, and this edge wall of our hallway actually connects to where this niche in of our front door is. So we can come up here and take this line that we already made and now take it all the way across, because if we look, that front door line not only lines up with this outside edge, but it also lines up all the way to the front edge of our laundry room. So we can take that all the way across. It happens to be that it goes from here to here at 8'1". And I'm going to find that measurement first before I put the thickness in, and I'll explain the reason why after I do. So I have 8 feet 1 inches from this edge to the front of my bathroom. So I will come up here and measure along this wall 1 inch and 8 feet. And that will be, oh, excuse me, it's 8'1" from this edge to 1 inch and 8 feet. And that's going to be the front edge of my bathroom. And I'll know I got that correct if the distance between here and here is 3'1". And let's see, 3'1". So I know I'm in the right spot. Now what's a little different about this is that this wall has plumbing in it and is 6 inches, but this one's only 5. So I'm actually going to measure 6 inches down on this side, but only 5 inches down on this one. And I still need to put the front edge thickness on this one, which is 5 inches as well. And I need the wall in between my laundry room, my kitchen, and my linen closet. And I have 4 feet from the front to the back. So I'm going to come along to this side and measure 4 feet. And this wall also has plumbing in it. So that's going to be another 6-inch wall. So now I'm starting to evolve a hallway. I've got part of a hallway here, but I still am missing a closet. So let's add that in. 2'5" from the inside wall to the front of the closet. So I'll measure 2 feet and 5 inches. And this is going to be a measurement that should sound familiar after you did your exercise, because we remember that the inside of a closet is 2 feet. So we'll have a 5-inch wall at the front of our closet. And we'll know we did this correctly if we have another 3-foot 1-inch hallway, which we do. And at this point, I can start cleaning up some of these guidelines if I want to see this look a little cleaner and a little clearer. And hopefully you can see why it's easier to have that line lining all these pieces up versus trying to put the closets in individually and then they aren't square with each other. And we'll also clean up the entrance to this hallway so we don't accidentally make it so we can't get through. So now we have an obvious closet, our laundry area, we have a linen closet, our bedroom closet, our bedroom, and our bathroom. We're missing a couple more things. We're missing this funky little bump out in our bathroom. It's 2 feet from the outside edge to the front of that bump out. So we'll measure 2 feet along this wall. And put a line in. And it runs 2'8" along that line. 2 feet. 8 inches. And now we have the space where our tub rests. And we can clean that up a little bit. And if we look up here, we have 8 feet of cabinets here because we have 4 feet to here and 4 feet to here, and these line up. And we discussed that it's 25 inches for our lower cabinets. So we can come 8 feet across, come up 2'1", and then come back so that we have the space for our cabinets. And we can even put our island in because we know that our island is 4 feet away And we know that it's 4 feet wide. We also know that it's 4 feet this way. When we start to evolve this drawing a little farther, we'll put in our bathroom cabinets, our laundry room, and our detailing for our kitchen, but we don't want to do that until we make sure we have all of this in the right place. So at this stage of our drawing, the last thing we're going to do is put in the openings for our doors. And again, we won't draw our doors in until we know we have all our walls in the right place. But let's take a pause and then we'll add in our door openings.